So today I want to talk a little bit about why so many people are unhappy with the lawyers they've hired. And I get calls many times from other people that are with other lawyers. They want to change lawyers, they're unhappy with their lawyers. Rarely do I take those cases. I will on occasion, but it's pretty rare. But I have learned a lot about why those people are unhappy, and I think it really falls into a couple of categories. But really, it comes down to the fact that they chose their lawyer based upon some advertisement, some billboard where they said, we've collected $1 billion for clients, or we had a verdict of $150 million. And the problem is that people tend to go, oh, that must be a really good lawyer. I guess the other one is they see somebody on TV and they have a testimonial where someone says, oh, lawyer got us so much money, we were desperate and they helped us. And when they do that and they see these advertisements on TV, I don't think they understand it's expensive to advertise. It's really expensive. So what's going on is they're taking in a lot of cases. They're throwing a big net out. They're getting thousands of cases. They're taking all those cases in. Associates, paralegals are working on most of those cases. And for the average person, they rarely see the lawyer. They rarely get their case taken care of. They think they're going to be treated like that one person on TV, or that their case is going to be that big case. But the problem is that they just become one of many cases, one of thousands of cases sometimes. And as a result, they're not getting the communication from their lawyer like they want. In fact, sometimes they never even talk to their lawyer, at least not until maybe they're going to a deposition or going to a mediation or going to a trial. Maybe the first time they ever meet the lawyer, maybe several associates, they meet different lawyers every time, and no one seems to be up on what's going on in their case. And I would just suggest to you that before you choose one of those lawyers, before you do that, you do a little bit of due diligence. Ask them, how many cases do you have? Because someone who's got thousands of cases is not going to be able to spend time on your case, I promise. As I've said before, I just take between 1 and 3 cases at a time. They do have to be serious cases, but I put all my time in those cases. It's been very lucrative for my clients. We've had good outcomes. I'm picky about the cases I take. But those people that have a case where there's a serious injury, they're extremely happy with me because they're able to call me on the cell phone. They're able to get updates on their case all the time. They know what's going on. They're not in the dark sitting there going, I wonder who's working on my case. I wonder what's going on. I haven't heard from anybody in forever. They're able to call me on the cell phone. They're able to know what's going on with the case. We keep them updated. We tell them what's going on. And for people who have small cases, they have a fender bender or something like that, then sometimes they end up with these lawyers who have these huge volumes. But if you have a serious case, if someone was killed, very serious injuries, brain damage, brain injury, one of those cases, you really don't want to be going to one of these lawyers that advertises about all the cases they have, or the 150 million or 10 million or whatever case they've settled, and that they've got the money out there to advertise with all these billboards and TV advertisements. They're taking in thousands of cases. They're listening to lots and lots of people. You are not going to be special to them. They just can't. They don't have the time. Even if your case sticks out among all the other ones, they do not have time to work that case. And so you really want to find a lawyer that has your case in mind, that doesn't have a huge volume of cases, that spends the time on your case. You want a lawyer that gives you the cell phone and answers that cell phone. That's what you need for a serious injury case. If you have a serious case, give me a call. I've been practicing law for 40 years. You will not be unhappy with me. I will return your phone call. I'll answer your phone call. And you'll know exactly what's going on in your case. And we'll have a plan together. We'll talk about that plan. I'll work with you on your case. So if you have a serious injury, and I mean a really serious injury, or a death case, really, I think I'm the lawyer that you want if you have the kind of case that I can take. Thank you.